Welcome to Seabed and Bunkers Communication Television. We are reaching you on our YouTube channel.
The move to make Nigeria maritime industry globally competitive and sustainable in the recent rating of Apapa and the Tinkan Island ports by the World Bank as the world's top 20 most improved container ports was discussed at the just concluded 2026 Port Business Annual Corporate CEOs Conference, which was held at the Rockview Hotel, Apapa, Lagos, with the theme, the driving force behind Nigeria's trade facilitation and port efficiency. Details from Seabed and Bunkers Communications Television shortly. Speaking at the event, which was organized by the Port Business, the chairman of the occasion and president of the Badagry Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, Basima, Alhaji Yahya Idris, while commending the federal government for concessioning the ports, even though the concession had expired, described the conference as a successful platform that produced practical recommendations for improving Nigeria's port operations.
To God be the glory. By today, all of us know that customs are also doing their best. Then you have single widows and lots of others. And then we can now see that they are what we call territorial in a port operation. What I mean by that territorial is that customs will say this is my area of operation. NDLA will say this is my area of jurisdiction. NAFDAC and so on. I think that rivalry or something like that is, I think we are getting out of it. And to come with all the innovations that are coming left, right, center, I think coupled with what we have done today, I think it's a good success.
Alhaji Idris, who retired from the Nigerian Customs Service, also applauded the extension of the tenure of the Controller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, describing it as vital for leadership continuity and institutional stability.
Custom job, I keep on telling people, is not the number one. Is not revenue generation. It's the security of the country. Because if custom doesn't allow arms and ammunition to enter the country, is that not security? You don't allow drugs to enter the country. You know when people are doing take drugs, everything like that, they become violent, everything like that. So it's the security of the country. So me as a person, as an enforcement officer, I see custom of duty first and foremost are the security of the country. Police is meant for internal security. Army, military and code, they are meant for external security. So when all this system collapse, then you can see, then you talk about trade facilitation.
Earlier, the convener of the conference and publisher of Port Business News, Mr. James Shodia, said the event was organized to deepen dialogue on the future of Nigeria's ports as the country seeks to strengthen its position as West Africa's leading trade and logistics hub.
Our ports remain critical gateways to economic growth. They connect business to global markets, support industrial development, generate employment, and contribute significantly to national revenue. However, unlocking the full potential of our maritime sector requires stronger partnerships among government agencies, terminal operators, shipping companies, freight forwarders, financial institutions, technology providers, and the private sector. Today's gathering provides an invaluable platform for meaningful dialogue, knowledge sharing, and practical solutions. We have assembled an exceptional lineup of industry leaders and experts who will examine the challenges confronting our ports while exploring opportunities presented by digital transformation.
While delivering the keynote address, the national president of the National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders, NAGAV, High Chief Tochukwu Ezizi, who was represented by the Association's Secretary General Forwarder Godfrey Nwosu, urged the stakeholders to embrace fairness, transparency, and ethical business practices while reaffirming NAGAV's commitment to working with government and the private sector to build efficient, innovative, and globally competitive ports.
The maritime industry is evolving rapidly, and our conversation must reflect the urgency. ambition, and clarity required to move Nigeria forward. It is important to set up the agenda for today's event, a collective roadmap for maritime advancement. First is the port efficiency reform. Efficiency remains the heartbeat of global maritime competitiveness. Our ports must transition from manual bottlenecks to streamlined, technological-driven operations. Key discussion points on this will be how to reduce cargo dwell time, eliminating avoidable delays, strengthening port automation and digital workflow, enhancing coordination among port service.
The General Secretary of the Association of Bonded Terminal Operators of Nigeria, APTON, and Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of Harescom Logistics Limited, Are Haruna Omolajomo, described efficient ports as essential to lowering the cost of doing business, boosting exports, creating jobs, and strengthening Nigeria's competitiveness.
The government, they should fully implement same system, one inspection, one payment through the Nigeria single window. Then allow KPI to the business enabling not by process. Then for the private sector, that is those small, medium enterprises, this is what I have for them. They should try to understand and fully be Nigeria single window compliance. They should stop cutting corners. The system works when you use it effectively. Then, what advice do I have for you and I as we are sitting down here? My advice is that we must not see trade facilitation as a custom problem, but as a Nigerian's competitiveness problem. The biggest threat in Nigeria today is not duty, it is delay. If you take away delay, then you see that our problem is up, and that everything that we are doing in Nigeria will come down and everybody will smile for it.
Also speaking, the Chief Operating Officer of the Global Transport Policy, Mark Onuchi, who represented the firm's chairman and chief consultant, Dr. Shengu Musa, advocated greater compliance by port users, alongside effective enforcement by government agencies, adding that both are essential to successful trade facilitation. Speaking on the proposal for a common African currency, he said it would promote inter-African trade, reduce foreign exchange challenges, and strengthen the continent's economy.
It's a critical factor. The agencies also play a critical factor. Of course, for the individual, they need to, we're talking about compliance. If they're also able to comply, then it will be much easier. So, of course, that's from the individual front. And then, of course, from the space of the government, there should be enforcement, which is important. While the individual has his role to play, the agencies also have their roles to play.
In the same vein, the national coordinator of the NAGAV 100% compliance team, Halaji Ibrahim Tanko, represented by Mr. Bartholomew Okeke, recalled the port operations were largely manual before reforms introduced during the administration of the former President Olusegun Obasanjo. The conference also featured the presentation of recognition awards to outstanding industry personalities. Chief Onome Joy Monije, recently installed as Omesiri of Uvia Kingdom, Warri Delta State, was specially honored.
I personally, on behalf of the port business, I wish you long life and more successful years in your career.
Jibonome described both the traditional title and the recognition award as a call to greater service to humanity.
This is just the beginning of greater heights for us. For celebrating me, I'm really honored to be here. It's really overwhelming for me when he told me that for this year's celebration to be all about me. for me to be celebrated. I feel really honored, and I did not take it for granted. It means also much is given, much is expected. And I pray that God give me the wisdom, God give me the strength, so that in maritime, this is just the beginning.
The Port Business event, which is the 2026 Port Business Annual Corporate CEOs Conference, had some special guest speakers and award recipients. Among them were the High Chief Tochukwu Ezize, Prince Shegun Odunton, Dr. Shegun Musa, Halaji Yahya Idris, Chief Chinedu Kato, President of Ndibomaka Progressive Market Association, Halaji Ibrahim Tanko, Coordinator Nagav 100% Compliance, Dr. Bolaji Sumola, Chairman Nigerian Ports Consultative Council, and several other distinguished contributors to the growth of Nigeria's maritime industry. That's a package for now. We'll come your way again with another package. Thanks for watching.